Hey guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. We'll do a little market update here and we'll just have a look at what's going on with Bitcoin, and then we'll also just take a look at some assets that I've bought recently. The price action across the board is just having a relief bounce, but that always can turn into something different. But so far we'll take it for what it is, and we'll take it as maybe a deviation out of this range, because it is still that, but also could be a nice relief bounce. I mean, if you look at the DXY, that's starting to trickle. It's actually up today, but the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 are down today. We've had quite a few days within the bullish side of life, especially on the futures. I know it's been an American holiday, so we've not seen much action there, but the closed markets have been doing quite well over the last 5-6 days really. And that in tandem has brought Bitcoin up and the crypto market. Just looking at the Nasdaq on futures, it's coming down. It's actually testing the support region here, so really needs to bounce there, to be honest, to regain some momentum. But that may trickle down into Bitcoin. I've actually got a little bit of a long open here, only a short scalp. I opened it up around 31,300, tight stop losses down towards these 2 weeks. So if we do come down and test those, I'll be out with a slight 5% loss, but it is what it is. I'm looking to try and target this level of resistance up here. May not happen, as you can see. We are starting to come down, and it could be that bullish retest or whatever you want to call it. We've had such a horrific 9 week with a 9-week red candles for Bitcoin. That in tandem has pulled altcoins down pretty much 80-90% across the board. But at some stage you will get some relief, and that's exactly what this is. I'm expecting a little bit more relief, to be honest. I don't think it's quite enough, but if it does come, that relief may turn into a little bit more, and we may be able to look above this level. But for now, we'll take it for what it is, and we'll just take it as that little bit of relief. But over the course of the last 3 weeks, we've seen some great low prices, and I've been dollar cost averaging into some assets, and I'll talk about those 3 assets, but I'll also talk about levels that we could look to also achieve if the price does come down. So we'll start with RSR. I've been banging on about this for a while now. You probably got sick of me tweeting or making videos about it, but it's an asset I'm bullish on in terms of fundamentals, and it's an asset that I've been buying. So I started buying RSR. I think I actually bought some up here around 0.08. I then waited out. We saw some horrific candles, and we got that capitalization wick down here down to 0.003, so that's 0.3 of a penny, which is crazy. But I didn't get any buy orders filled down there. I actually filled them just below half of a cent, around 0.047. So that's where I bought. We've had a great rise ever since. I mean, from that buying level where I bought there, and I told you all about it, done an 81% move, which is quite significant really. But we had a good move, and it has sold off. We've come up to this level of resistance up here around 8.5, so we have rejected off there. I've got some levels below which are marked up where you could see the price go if we do get, like I say, if that was just a bit of a retest on a relief bounce, then the price is obviously going to come back down. Really depends though. I think we've still got a little bit more to travel, to be honest. I reckon another 2 or 3 weeks would be a decent retest for us all to at least make some money on it. But I think if you're looking for some buys on RSR, look back down to half a cent region. I think there's a decent region. And if we just zoom out onto a weekly time frame, remember we've still got all this trading area down here. I'm not going to say it's going to happen because I'm bullish on reserve rights, but just be wary if the price did come back down and we'll lose half a cent, then you'll be looking back down towards 0.003, and then maybe we've got some support levels down there. If we do lose this level, what I'll do is I'll do a separate video on RSR and tell you some key levels. But for me, this is the first asset that I've started to dollar cost average into. It's hard to try and flip your own mentality, because when the price was up here, crypto was going mental. Everybody wanted to buy. In reality, it was probably the worst time to buy. Now, if you go against all emotions, it's actually the best time to buy here. Obviously, we do know as an investor, because investor is mid to long term, you know the price can come down, and I accept that. But I'm happily accepting that, and if I do go into a red, I'm happy enough because I've bought at a decent level. I bought when there's fear in the market, and I bought when the price is on the floor. So for me, I'm happy if we do go down lower. I've got plenty of spare Tether in USDC, which I'll load back up into reserve rights. But for now, I think that personally is a good buy. I think anywhere around these prices are decent. But remember, we can come back down and retest this 0.5%, which we have done a couple of times. If you drop down to the hourly, as you can see here, we tapped that area quite a lot. It was a major support level around here, resistance. So it is a level which could potentially come down to meet. If you're looking at this in terms of fib levels, I think we might come back down to around 0.06 now. So maybe use those orders there as ladders in. So ladder down from 0.06 all the way down to 0.05. So that's reserve rights. That's the first asset I've been accumulating. Next one is Polkadot. One of my favourite assets, layer 0, there's not many of them about. It's an asset which I just think is fundamentally strong. Got a lot of things going on it. We've got a lot of projects building on top of Substrate, which is Polkadot framework. And for me, it's just a great brand. I think I like everything about the asset. Don't like the price currently, but again, it is that time to buy. Got a green box highlighted here. That's when I was actually buying last time. I actually managed to buy some Polkadot back in 2020. I didn't actually buy until around here, so I think I got mine between $5 and $7. So a breakout of this, and we got that retest and actually bought some more within this box. So that was my buy zone, back into that buy zone now, and I've been buying. Actually bought some above current prices. So my first DCA price was at $10 and around 51 cents. So that's my first buy order filled. If we pump, I'm going to be happy because we've got an order filled, but I'll also be happy if the price comes down. I mean, if you're looking at some levels below that area, we've got a nice clear level here, which was a major resistance level, and support. So that's down at around $6-7. There's also some decent levels to achieve down there, but for me, I think it's a good time to start DCAing. $10 for Polkadot. Bang, that's crazy. I can't understand how it's that cheap, but shit happens. Still quite up. I think it's up around rank 7 or 8 in the crypto market. So there's plenty of strength behind it, plenty of people backing it, and again, that's an asset that I am accumulating. And then the final one, I've been accumulating some low caps recently. I'll cover two. I'll just cover XDB, Digital Bits, major brand awareness blockchain. David Beckham is a major partner on this. He's a brand ambassador for Digital Bits. I did say, look, last time I did a video, I think I put a tweet. I said, look, I'm buying here, 10 cent on my nose. It's a key area of support. It was a major level of resistance back here. We'll flip that to support, and then bang, we've never been back down since. But I bought at 10 cent on the nose. That's where I bought. And if it came back down to those regions again, I would be a buy at that level. We're still starting to churn up nicely. There's it's a decent asset for me. You can see that we are trending up. I'm not going to bang a trend line on it exact, but you can see we are trending up, and that is the type of price action that we've seen so far. Nice, steady, sustained growth up. We had a big wick there into resistance. Actually sold a bit there at 20 cent, and then I rebought at around 14 to 15. So I'm in accumulation of Digital Bits now, and I think if you're looking for some buys, depending what the market did, if Bitcoin shit the bed and start to come back down, you're going to lose this trend line and you can get buys back at 10 cent. For me, I think if it gets down to that region, you should be scooping it up. Obviously, it can go lower. We've got some levels of support down here at around 6 cent, which could be another level to achieve. But let's keep his eyes on Bitcoin and see what goes on. And then hopefully we'll start to get some decent relief bounces across the board. I'll just mention one finally there, caps, that's on it. So I bought some of this. This is an altcoin that is on Substrate. They will be launching their mainnet anytime now. Token swap incoming, and also they will be applying for a parachain auction slot at some point. So that's down on the floor. I'd just be looking to accumulate anything at this level. But that's it. I've said 3 assets, but I have covered 4 there. Just a little low cap right at the end there for you to definitely check out. I think the market cap of caps is around 8 million or something like that, so it's very, very low. But that's it. That's my thoughts on the market and some assets that I am accumulating at these levels. Don't be scared to accumulate. Could be that time to really start planting some orders in, given it can go lower. but you've got to start buying at some point, and I think that time is now.